Hey guys, it's Mike Ford with Living Water Investing. Putting together the watch list for tomorrow, Thursday, December 30th. So I use unusual whales for a couple few things. One, to figure out what the hottest tickers are in the options market, and also the hottest options chains and the hottest sectors, right? So as of today, the four hottest tickers in the options market are Tesla, Apple, NVDA, and MU. So TSLA, AAPL, NVDA, and MU. So those are going to be my top four stocks on my watch list for tomorrow. And I'm going to show you guys the hottest chains real quick. As you guys can see at the very top, you have Apple, $180 calls, $182 $50 calls. Tesla, $1,100 calls. MU, $100 calls, $95 calls. And then NVIDIA, somewhere, here you go, $300 calls right here. So anyway, those are my top four. So at the top is Tesla. And let me read the notes real quick. So there's heavy volume on the $1,100 calls expiring on Friday, 12/31, and 1,085 looks like a key level for buying opportunities. If it gaps up in the pre-market, I will look for a dip buy off of that 1085 support level, looking for a move to the upside of 1100. If it breaks through 1100, look for a continued move to the upside to the next resistance level at 1118. If it gaps down in the pre-market, I will look for a bounce off of that 1085 resistance level for a move to the downside to the next support level at 1070. Now, if it cracks 1070, I'll be looking for a continued move to the downside to its next support level at 1055. So, with all that being said, let's go ahead and pull up the chart here. Let me zoom out to a half-hour chart. So, that 195 or 185, this blue line right here, this is where this is where I've identified a good buying zone. So again, if it opens pre-market, if it gaps up, right, I'll be looking for a dip buy off of this 185, and then looking for that move to 1100. And if it breaks through 1100, looking for that move up to that 1118 area, right? And again, in the pre-market, if it gaps down, I'll be looking at this 185 as a resistance level, and I'll be looking for a bounce play and a move to the downside of, again, 1070. And if it cracks that, to its next resistance in that 1057, 1055 area, right? So with the options contracts, again, if a stock moves $15 to $30, that could be a pretty significant gain in an options contract, right? Obviously, too, depending on your strike price and what the delta is when you buy it. So Tesla, guys, is generally, it's $1,000 stock, guys, right? So to buy in the money or near the money on Tesla, kind of out of my affordability right now. In either account, I have 750 and 800 in the other account, right? And I believe tomorrow I'm trading on my Charles Schwab account, and I got like $800 in there, right? So a lot of these contracts for Tesla I can't even afford at the money or near in the money, right? So I would have to go a little bit further out of the money, in either direction I play this thing, if I were to play this, So anyway, just some things to factor there. So the number two stock on the watch list is Apple. Let me pull up the notes on that. So there's heavy volume at 180 and the 182.50 calls for 12/31. $179 looks like a key level for buying opportunities. If it gaps up pre-market, I'll be looking for a dip buy off of 179 as support, looking for a move back to 180, and its next resistance is at 180.62, followed by its all-time high of 181.33. And if it breaks 181.33, I'll be looking for it to get to, you know, those $182.50 to put those call options in the money, right? And if it gaps down in the pre-market, I'd look for a bounce off of 179 as a resistance level, with the downside move to its next support level at 178.50, followed by 178.13. And if it cracks 178.13, I'd look for it to panic back to its next support level at 177. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's pull this chart up. So this orange line, this is my 179. So 179 would be that key level that I would be looking to purchase. And again, you know, right now after the after hours closed, it closed at 178.88, right? So if it opens below 179, again, I would be looking for a bounce off of 179 with the downside move to 178.50, and then if it breaks that, then back down to 178, nearly 178, right? And again, if it cracks that, then looking for that further move down to 177, right? And on the flip side, if it opens above this 179, I'd be looking for a dip buy with that upward move back to 180. And if it gets above 180, then the next thing you're looking at is, right here in this 180.63 area. And if it breaks that, its next resistance level is its all-time highs at 181.33, right? And again, if it breaks the all-time high at 181.33, I'd be looking for that move to 182.50 again to get those 182.50 calls in the money, right? Because there's a lot of volume on those calls. So that's Apple. That's my second one on the list. NVDA. Let's read the notes here. $300 is my key level for buying opportunities. If it opens above $300, I'll look for a dip buy with an upside move to its next resistance level at $306. If it opens below 300, I'll look for a bounce off of 300 as a resistance level with the downside move to its next support level of $293. If I could buy in at $300, I will buy at the money contracts with a $300 strike price with deltas of 50 cents, looking to make $3 to $3.50 per contract, right? And if I was able to buy, we'll take a look at the options at the contracts after we go over these plays, kind of see what they're priced at. But either way, I'd probably be able to afford one contract, and again, I'd be looking for $3 to $3.50, which would be a profit of $300 to $350, right? So that would be a very solid play on NVIDIA. So again, this orange line represents, that's my buying area, that $300 zone. So again, if it opens above, I'd look for a dip buy off of 300, back up to 306, and if it breaks 306, then you look for that next resistance level of 310. And again, a $6 to $10 move can be very significant in your options contract, right? And again, on the flip side, if it opens below 300, I'd look for a bounce off of 300 with the downward move to its next support level at 293, right? So, and if it breaks 293, then you just look for your next key support level. Forgive me for that. Your next key support level would probably be that 290. 289, 290. So about another $3, right? So again, you're looking for a $7 to $10 move to the upside or the downside. So that's NVIDIA. And the last play is MU, which is new to my watch list. I got it I saw that it was again one of the hottest tickers right now in the options market. And again, it is it's near its all-time highs. So the notes on this one, there's heavy volume on the call option contracts at $95 and $100. MU is near its all-time highs of $97.50. This has an average range of $3 per day. I would be looking for a breakout of its all-time highs. If it opens above $95, I would be looking for a dip buy at $95, looking for a move to the upside to its current resistance of 96.75. And if it breaks through 96.75, the next stop is the all-time high of 97.50. And if it breaks out, I would be looking for that continued move to $100 to get those $100 call options in the money. I will look to buy the $95 strike price with the delta of 50 cents, looking to make between 75 cents to $2.50 on this play, depending on rejection at resistance or a breakout of all-time highs, right? So, right there you're looking at, 75 bucks to to 250, and then you multiply that by however many contracts you buy. I believe when I looked at it, MU, if I ended up making this play, I would probably buy like 2 or 3 contracts. So anyway, let's just pull up this chart real quick. So $95, right? That's the kind of that buying zone I'm looking for. So here's 95 right here, right? And if it opens above 95, I'd look for a dip buy off of 95, back up to 96.75. And then if it breaks through 96.75, then you're looking for the next resistance of its all-time high at 97.75. And if we look at the yearly chart, as you guys can see here, 97.50 again is its all-time high, right? So if we can break 97.50, look for that move to 100, right? And so those are the 4 plays, guys, that I'm looking at. On MU in particular, I wouldn't be looking to go short on that play, not at this particular day. So Tesla, right now, it's at, or it closed at 1086, right? So if I was gonna go short, I'd buy 1055 puts, a little bit out of the money, right? Quite a bit out of the money, but those are really the only ones that I could afford at $5.87. At least this was the closing value at today, right? And then if I was going to go long, I'd be looking to buy 1120 calls again at 577, way out of the money. But again, even if it doesn't get all the way to the money, again, you're looking for that upside or downside move, right? And then Apple, I'd be looking to buy $180 calls or 177.50 puts, depending on which way you go. NVDA, like I said, I would be looking to buy at the money $300 calls or $300 puts, depending on which way the play goes. And then MU, again, I'd buy that one at the money at $95 if I could get that dip buy off of 95. So again, so right now as they sit, the delta on this contract in particular, that's 66 cents, right? I think that would drop a little bit though, if I was going to get a dip buy, right? Because at MU it closed at 96.17, and if I got a dip back to 95, then that delta is going to drop a little bit, right? So I would expect that it would probably be in that 50-cent range, right? Same thing with NVIDIA. So anyways, guys, that's tomorrow's watch list. Again, TSLA, AAPL, NVDA, and MU. And guys, the reality is Tesla, Apple, NVIDIA, I tend to, have these on my watch list over and over. I tend to trade NVIDIA over and over because, guys, these are the hottest plays in the market, right? These are some of the hottest plays in the market. They're still near their highs, and even when they've pulled back, they've bounced back and they've recovered, right? So and right now we're just kind of playing them in between their key support levels, right, guys? So anyways, that's tomorrow's watch list. If anybody sees this, again, I'm not a financial advisor, but this is my personal watch list, and if you got any value of this, glory to God, right? And that's it. Lord willing, I'll see you guys tomorrow.